Mike Owens with Inside Fighting, joined today by Jose Delgado. We're in sunny Las Vegas as he prepares for his UFC 317 matchup against Hyder Amil. Jose, great to sit down and chat for the first time. How are things for you today?
Everything's going well, man. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure's all ours. Have you enjoying Las Vegas so far? Do you get time to enjoy Sin City, or is it just a business trip for you?
Dude, I can't stand Vegas, I'll be honest. It's not that I can't stand it, it's just like I come here for business, you know? I come here to focus on the task, and there's just so much noise going around. I'm a pretty quiet guy. I want to be near grass. I can't find grass anywhere. It gets a little annoying for me.
Yeah. It's been good to you so far, though.
Yeah,
2-0, 2
business-wise,
knockouts.
it's been great.
Yeah. How do you reflect on the last fight, the debut against Conor Matthews?
It's what I wanted it to be. It's what I sort of expected it to be. I always tell people, like, man, like, I have so much I want to showcase. I have so much, like, I work so hard. I believe so much in my skill set. One fight, you can't really showcase all that. It's throughout a career, it's throughout a legacy, and that's what I'm trying to build, and that's what I'm excited to continue with this one.
The Apex is great, don't get me wrong, but fighting in the T-Mobile Arena, that must feel like for a pretty special moment for you.
Yeah, man, I was doing like a guided meditation hypnosis, and I was like really reflecting on it on Saturday, and I was thinking about like when this dream first started, right? I was like a 10-year-old kid, and I was watching Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar. Cain's from my hometown, so like there's that connecting point where it's like, man, to see him walk out, see all the thousands of people cheering him on, that was how I envisioned, like, all right, that's what I want. I want a moment like that. So the Apex was a great debut, but this is what I've always visualized. This is what I've seen for over 17 years, and this Saturday night it comes true, man.
Have you ever watched a fight in the T-Mobile? You ever been there as a fan?
No, not in the T-Mobile. I never been to a pay-per-view until 316. I went out there to help Mario Bautista, and that was my first experience, like seeing a pay-per-view crowd, seeing all those lights, seeing the extra. A pay-per-view is so much different than even a fight now. I've been to the ones in Phoenix, but pay-per-views are a step above.
I imagine it must feel pretty special for you to fight on this card. You know, still very early on in your UFC career, but obviously a big moment. It feels like an opportunity for you to kind of announce yourself to the world.
Yeah. Dude, I thought I was going to be early prelims, which was cool, but I was like, man, I probably won't get much of a crowd, and maybe the pop won't be as big, but seeing where they position me on the card, I feel immensely grateful for the UFC to give us these opportunities, and it boils down to, like, the performances I put on, and as well as Hyder. I just put on barn burners, so they put us second to last on the prelims. That's a big responsibility, you know. Not that this card obviously needs help selling. It's International Fight Week, but, you know, if there's ever been that little, should we? Like, those last two prelims are what really sells it, and that's a responsibility I take serious.
To be totally honest with you, we've been obviously in and around Fight Week, and I've been hearing a lot of conversations. We were somewhere having dinner last night, and I heard someone mention they were most excited for your and Hyder's fight because of the way that you guys fight and the style clash. It's going to be a interesting, an entertaining fight, to say the least.
Man, I love it. I love it. When I got the news, I was like, I didn't know much about Hyder. I had seen that like 30-piece combo he hit on his one opponent. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I checked out the rest of his fights, and I was like, man, this guy's all action. He brings fire. He lives in the chaos. He wants to make this a chaotic fight. I could live in that chaos too. I could bring that fire, but I think I'm a different class of fighter, and I want to show that. I want to outclass a Hyder Amil.
Obviously, he's further on in his UFC career and still undefeated. Was there any surprise that you got this matchup next? Because he does feel slightly further advanced in his UFC run.
Yeah, I was talking to his manager. I knew who he was supposed to fight. He was supposed to fight Nathaniel Wood. He was supposed to fight someone else, and they pulled out against him. So I'll take that spot, man. I'll take that spot. I'll take his spotlight. That's no problem with me, man. I'll gladly accept that.
I love it. Did you know Coach Benson's? I checked Coach Benson's records. Do you know he never fought in Las Vegas?
How's that a thing? Is that real?
I couldn't believe it. I checked through his Wikipedia a couple of days ago, and he's never had a fight in Las Vegas.
Oh, that's absurd. I gotta go talk to him right now about it. That's crazy.
How much of an influence has he been on you?
Oh, I mean, we've talked about it in the past, man. Like, that dude means everything. Like, I started this sport. Like, I'm not a story of this kid that was like, you know, gun-ho confident, claiming to be a 3-time world champ. I came to the gym very kind of broken puppy. Like, I had failed in my past sporting endeavors. Like, I grew up wrestling, I grew up in MMA, but I had no evidence to back it up to say, like, all right, look, I won this tournament. Like, I didn't win shit. Like, I tried and I failed. I tried and I failed. I tried and I failed. And it was like, man, is this really for me? So, like, by the time I came to the MMA lab in Phoenix, coming from a smaller town of Yuma, Arizona. I was like, man, like this is like, I know I want this. Like I know that I've seen this. I've visualized being in the UFC. I've visualized having these moments. But if I look at the evidence from to this point, it don't really support this dream. And it was like these little, but I still kept that mustard seed size of faith. And then it got, it got watered, it got nurtured by the team, by the Benson Hendersons. And man, that guy's meant a lot to me. He's supported me financially. He's more so than anything just giving me the confidence to believe in myself.
Wow.
And that's huge. Absolutely.
A lot of people who the way you reference failure there, a lot of people would have given up if they had in their minds so much failure on this journey. What was it about you that kept that motivation and that desire strong to succeed?
Honestly, I just could always, when I would close my eyes, even as a little kid, I could always see UFC 317, not specifically, but I could see this moment. I could see making the walk. I could see the lights. I could see performing in that. And I just wanted it. I just wanted it so bad. And I knew that if I just kept going, if I kept seeing the path, it's almost like you got to kill versions of yourself. The versions that have self-doubt, the versions that ask, I don't know, these limiting beliefs. Like you got to kill all those versions of yourself. And it's just a process. And surrendering to the process is big. I'm wearing a Busavar Sativ. He has this poem that I'll probably butcher, but the extent of it is to just surrender the process. It's fuck the fame, fuck the spotlight. None of that matters. It's the process. Yeah. It's the process. So just surrendering to the process has been huge for me.
I suppose to that point, some fighters ahead of the biggest night or the biggest fight of their lives lean into that moment and really try and accept and kind of revel in how big of a moment it is. Other fighters take it's just another fight approach. I'm wondering where you stand on that.
No, I love it. I love a crowd so much. Like my experience with crowd is more from the local shows. Like I fought in the Apex, with the UFC and the Contender Series. But man, to walk out and feel that energy is something I cannot wait for, man. I want to accept it all. I'll accept it all. I'll accept a good amount of it on the walk, and then when I win, I'll let it all come through, man. And I can't wait for it.
Who have you been watching a lot of this camp? I remember the first time we spoke, you were saying you're a massive tape watcher of other fighters. Who's been some of the guys you've been focusing on in this camp?
I rewatched the Jack Dalla fight against Bilal, I don't know, man, 30, 40 times. Like before every sparring session, before every hard wrestling practice, just what he was able to do with the anti-grappling, what he was able to do with his stance switches. There was just a lot of things that I love that fight. That fight was so entertaining, and Jack Della is a guy who I really admire in the way that he approaches the game. He's not very loud, he's not very brash, but you could tell he loves the craft, and you could tell he wants to be a master at it, as do I.
Although we can't see it, you have a tattoo on your chest that says Memento Mori. When did you get that, and why does that phrase mean so much to you?
I got it like 3-4 years ago. We speak on like failure and we speak on fears. I speak on that quite a bit. I feel like it's an interesting topic to me. But there was always the fear of death, and it was always like, there's like a fig tree analogy where it's like, there's just all these lives we could live, and you can kind of get stuck in the thought process of like, oh, should I go this route and go this route? Should I go this route and go this route? And people will be stuck in a loop over and over, and they'll never live because they'll just be like trying to see the stems in their entirety. So for me, I felt that way as a younger kid, like 18, 19. And it really took me being like, nah, this is what I want. And I am afraid to fail again. That is a very big fear. Like, I've failed before. I hated that feeling. I'm a competitor. I hate that feeling. To do this for the thing I care most about, it's almost like, do I even try? Was kind of some of the early limiting beliefs. And it became this, like, no, this is the only chance I have. Am I not going to go for it? Am I not going to realize these dreams that I feel so deeply in my soul? Fuck that. Like, I've got one life. I'm going to go for it.
Goosebumps.
Let's get it.
Last question from me. We don't want to take up too much of your time. When Dana White walks in the media room on Saturday and somebody asks him about your fight, what do you want him to say?
I want him to say that that's the next guy. That's the next guy. That's the guy that we're going to push. Whether he says it verbally or not, I want him to know that I'm the guy. My style, my ability to do the whole package. I really believe I can be everything that I need to be on any given night.
Pleasure. Best of luck Saturday.
Thank you, brother.